Hello, Christina. Good morning.
Thank you for talking to me about this. I had so much fun. I was just telling Kay that this movie just sort of fulfills all of my childhood dance production fantasies in every way. So it was so
Oh,
much fun.
oh, how delightful. Well, I had so much fun making it, so thank you very much. I'm really pleased to hear that. Kay Cannon did such a great job in embroidering such a story and taking a story which is really a very ancient story. Before Disney, there was Cinderella, and it was really a story of repression.
Yeah.
And to find this wonderful actress, singer, entertainer in Camila is just was joyful to watch. So yeah, it's and then to hear the reaction here this morning from the members of the press, and it's really heartwarming. I saw it there last week with my granddaughter who's 6, and she loved it. She's
That's what
just
matters.
she's just beginning to figure out that grandpa is, in the movies.
What
So
was it, what was it like for you when somebody approaches you about playing a king in Cinderella? I mean, what was the initial reaction to that?
well, I'm an actor, and I've been asked to play many roles, and there's always a kind of surprise factor. I was flattered. Uh, because the script was so good, and the company of actors, the ensemble was so rich, from Billy Porter as the fairy godmother, and Idina Menzel, who is a powerhouse of Broadway, diva, performer, uh, and then of course Minnie Driver, who plays the Queen. She and I are old pals, and that was a delight. So I felt very comfortable. I felt confident, and it allowed me to go back to London. And I love being able to go back to London because I have family there and friends. And Kay just was so effervescent. She brought such a passion to each day's work. We started last year in February, and then came the COVID, and it came in slowly, slowly, slowly. And this week we were up in Blackpool doing the ballroom sequence there. There's a magnificent ballroom in Blackpool, and on the Friday they said, "That's it, we're closing down." And I hightailed it back here to the North Shore of Kauai, and I thought that was it. I thought, well, oof, that's over. But
Yeah.
5 months later, we went back, and thank God we did. And we went back under the restrictions of COVID. You get tested every day, and you wear masks. You take the masks off. You do the scene. You sing, sing, sing. Put the mask back on. So a challenge, and but this story, as I say, Cinderella, is a very, very ancient story, and but in the hands of Kay and the company, the writers, they really have created something which is empowering and beautiful and exhilarating for young women, uh, young people, anyone,
Yeah.
and I think it's seamlessly embroidered with the songs that are familiar by great stars, by great singers,
Yeah.
and you don't quite catch it, and then you go, "Oh my God, that was Madonna, or that was Queen." And so it's a compliment that the narrative flowed into the song so effortlessly.
How did you feel about your king's style, from his wardrobe to his crown to the very specific facial hair that he had? Were there conversations about the look in
Well,
its
there
entirety?
was there was a little bit of a hiccup with the beard. I grew the beard, and I wanted to have a beard, and I wanted to have this kind of elegant D'Artagnan like beard, and the studio didn't like it. Well, I liked it, and I just we had a little backwards and forwards, and the beard stayed. So I just thought it very appropriate that he should have a beard. And, on looking at all my art documentaries on kings, there were beards. So the costumes, the costumes were magnificent.
Yeah.
Really beautifully founded. Each one was just a revelation. Every day you go to work and someone would be in this magnificent costume. What else?
What was it like to wear the crown? I mean, do you feel different when you have to put a crown on?
Not really. It was a very beautiful crown. Actually, I woke up the other day and I thought, what happened to the crown? I was going to keep the crown. Maybe I could still get the crown from the company, but highly unlikely. Well, there's such a flamboyance, and again, the costumes give you such a regal posture and elegance, and so the work came effortlessly, really, because of Kay Cannon, and because of the ensemble of actors. They all played with such, they make you real when you're working with good actors and good sincerity and passion and spontaneity. All you have to do is sit back and react and listen, say your lines clearly and simply, and get off the stage without bumping into the furniture.
I love the scene that you have when you ride up on the horse and you're in the armor and you're, singing and sort of professing your love to Minnie Driver's character. Was it fun to have a little bit of humor like that as well, and to have him not be so perfect and not be able to get off the horse so well or deal with the armor so well?
Well, we did. I asked for a song. I said, "Come on, Kay. You've seen my work. You've seen the magnificent voice of Mamma Mia. I mean, just that alone. We're shortchanging ourselves and the world by not having me sing." Anyway, she gets the joke. I got the joke, and so she came up with this ridiculous kind of a cappella nonsense song. Because he's such a, egocentric, narcissistic, silly king, and it's all about him really wanting to kill the sea monster and wed his son to the next door neighbor of royalty, and so he can get the land, and consequently, just hurts his wife. Really just is not very pleasant. And so she banishes him from the bedroom, and that's how that scene came about. Knight in shining armor, trying to get off the horse. And there's a nice bit in it. When I looked at it, when I was singing to Minnie, a fly comes into the shot. So it was a nice little one of those moments.
Things you have no control over.
No control over.
Could you ever have imagined at any point in your career that you'd be playing this king, singing and dancing, and sort of singing along to a Jennifer Lopez song?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. That's why I'm an actor. You want to do everything. You want to play kings, and you want to play queens. You want to play everything. I went to a drama academy which was very method orientated, and I was led to believe that I could play anything. And I played many great roles. And then, there were times when I went to the board to see who I was playing, thinking I was going to be the lead, and I'd look down the list and I was playing the waiter. I was playing the messenger. But how do you play the messenger, and how do you still have, so you carry with that within your heart as an actor. You can't, you want to be a leading man all your life, but there comes a time to just move over and get on with the character work. And at this point in my life, I'm reveling in playing, the king in Cinderella, or Will Ferrell's father in Eurovision, or Dr. Fate in Black Adam. So it's all going to plan.
At the time that you were James Bond, that was really sort of the height of action films. And now there's this whole world of comic book and superhero movies. And, you know, you've mentioned being a part of that with Black Adam. What was it about that project that made you want to be a part of that world? And what's it like to be in a big action movie like that now?
It's exhilarating. I had the most magnificent time with Collet-Serra, who's the director of Black Adam, and the most recent film with Dwayne Johnson,
Jungle Cruise.
So yes, no, I've always joked with my boys, you know, about playing Dumbledore, because I grew a beard. I've been growing beards, facial hair, and it's gray, and I'm going gray, and you kind of have to let them know you're coming, so to speak. So you hopefully grow into your years as an older actor and find work for yourself as the wizard or the sorcerer or the king, and you know, again, you try to find the most interesting work for yourself, and sometimes you have choices, and sometimes you don't have choices. So that's where you find me. How you find me? Constant work, constant doing, constant showing up.
When it came to doing something like a big comic book superhero movie, do you also feel like you still have some freedom to really make the character your own in a situation like that?
Oh, very much so. Very much so. No, again, it's an ensemble piece, Black Adam. I mean, you have Dwayne, who's at the pinnacle of his fame and fortune and success and popularity. And he, you know, is magnificent as Black Adam. But, you know, we are the Justice Society, and there's 4 of us. And so we became a strong quartet of actors, and the writing was very good. There's just enough beats. You just want 3 good beats. You have 3 good scenes there to hang your hat and your heart on. Then, you know, you can make something of your days. And for me, Black Adam had that. Cinderella had it in its own specific way.
Yes. And those are directors too. I mean, both of those directors have very clear visions with the kind of stories they're telling, and seem like they really enjoy playing in the world that they're creating.
Yeah, they do. They do. Collet-Serra and Kay Cannon have that wonderful spontaneity, which creates a tangible, visceral feeling, electricity on the set that we're making the movie, and it's not set in stone, but these are the parameters, and play the scene out as written, and then just play with it, you know. And Jama on Black Adam, you know, I could write, what about this line? What about that line? And so he had a very good ear and sensitivity. And likewise, Kay, you know, she really is in every frame of this film, her creativity, her interaction with Camila, who's a young actress, a young woman, with a huge responsibility and undertaking to play this iconic character, Cinderella, and her partnership, her working relationship was evident. Every day it was like a sister, a mother, or an aunt, you know, and consequently you have that joyfulness and that immediacy of sincerity on the screen.
Well, I appreciate you talking to me about it. The movie just made me want to get up and dance. So thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Well, stay well and stay happy and stay strong and joyful.
Thank you. You too.